Good day and welcome. I'm Stefan with Trending Update USA, bringing you breaking news from the world of tennis, where two of the sport's biggest names, Aryna Sabalenka and Coco Gauff, have once again found themselves at the center of controversy. The Women's Tennis Association has reportedly handed down another round of disciplinary action against the pair after both players allegedly fell foul of a key WTA rule. The development has stunned fans, rattled analysts, and reignited a fierce debate about fairness, consistency, and the standards by which top athletes are held accountable. Both Sabalenka and Gauff, known for their dynamic styles and massive global followings, now face not only competitive setbacks but also heightened scrutiny as the tennis world dissects every detail of what led to their latest punishment. According to official statements from the WTA, the infractions are tied to violations related to mandatory event participation and conduct guidelines, which the organization has been increasingly strict about enforcing this season. While the specific details of the breaches are still emerging, sources close to the tour indicate that both players missed key obligations tied to tournament appearances, player commitments, and media responsibilities. For a sport that thrives on professionalism and consistency, such infractions are taken seriously, especially when committed by athletes of Sabalenka and Gauff's stature. The punishment reportedly includes ranking point deductions, financial fines, and warnings that could escalate if further violations occur. This isn't the first time either player has faced WTA disciplinary measures. Earlier in the year, both Sabalenka and Gauff were flagged for missing press obligations and failing to adhere to tournament scheduling requirements, leading to warnings and fines. The recurrence of such issues has sparked speculation about player fatigue, scheduling overload, and the growing tension between athlete welfare and organizational expectations. Tennis has long been a sport where discipline and professionalism off the court are valued as much as performance on it, and this situation highlights how delicate that balance can be for modern stars managing demanding global schedules. Aryna Sabalenka, known for her ferocious playing style and emotional intensity, has often been candid about the mental and physical toll of maintaining consistency across a grueling tour calendar. Her candidness has earned her both empathy and criticism, as she has repeatedly spoken about the pressures top players face balancing competition, travel, and personal well-being. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff, the young American sensation whose rise has been one of the sport's most inspiring stories, is navigating the complex realities of being a top-tier athlete at a young age. Despite her composure and maturity, the rigors of the WTA circuit can challenge even the most disciplined competitors, especially when expectations from sponsors, fans, and media converge. The WTA's decision to impose new penalties underscores the organization's determination to maintain fairness and accountability across all levels of competition. Officials have emphasized that the rules apply equally to every player, regardless of ranking or popularity. By acting decisively against two of its biggest stars, the WTA aims to reinforce a message of consistency and professionalism, an effort to protect the credibility of the sport and its governing systems. However, the move has divided opinion among fans and analysts. Some applaud the WTA for upholding its standards, while others argue that the organization's rigid enforcement overlooks the human challenges faced by players juggling relentless travel and constant public scrutiny. Reactions from within the tennis community have been swift and polarized. Fans took to social media almost immediately, with hashtags involving both players trending across platforms like X and Instagram. Many expressed disappointment at the situation, urging the WTA to adopt more flexible policies that account for athlete fatigue and burnout. Others, however, defended the disciplinary action, arguing that top players must set examples for the next generation by respecting the sport's structure and obligations. Former players have also weighed in, sharing their own experiences of balancing career demands with personal health and mental well-being. Coco Gauff, who has built her reputation on maturity, professionalism, and positive energy, has yet to release an official statement regarding the latest punishment. Her representatives have, however, confirmed that she plans to comply fully with the WTA's decision while continuing to focus on her upcoming tournaments. Insiders close to her camp suggest that the violation may have stemmed from scheduling conflicts that were out of her control, reigniting conversations about whether the WTA calendar places excessive strain on players, particularly younger ones. Gauff's packed 2025 schedule has included deep runs in multiple tournaments, exhibition appearances, and sponsorship commitments, an impressive workload for a 21-year-old still adapting to the demands of global stardom. Sabalenka's situation, meanwhile, carries its own layers of complexity. Known for her fiery competitiveness and outspoken personality, the Belarusian star has occasionally clashed with WTA policies and media expectations. Sources indicate that part of her latest violation involved communication lapses with tournament organizers, including missed media sessions and off-court obligations following her semi-final exit at a recent event. Though her team has declined to comment publicly, close associates say Sabalenka was caught off guard by the severity of the punishment, given her otherwise consistent adherence to tour regulations. The penalties imposed may have a measurable impact on both players' rankings in the coming weeks. Sabalenka, currently a top 5 fixture in the WTA standings, risks slipping depending on how points are deducted, while Gauff's position inside the top 10 could also be affected. The ranking reshuffle may alter seeding in upcoming tournaments, introducing new dynamics and potential matchups that could reshape the competitive landscape. For the players themselves, these developments serve as reminders that maintaining professionalism off the court is as essential to career stability as winning matches. Sports analysts and commentators have pointed out that this episode highlights the evolving relationship between athletes and governing bodies in professional tennis. The sport's increasing commercial demands, media appearances, sponsorship activities, and promotional events often overlap with competition schedules, creating logistical and emotional strain. As the WTA expands its global reach, players are expected to shoulder not only the burden of athletic excellence but also the role of brand ambassadors. The question many are asking now is whether the organization can strike a better balance between enforcing its rules and supporting the mental health of its players. The issue also taps into a broader conversation about athlete rights and representation. In recent years, prominent players like Naomi Osaka and Ashley Barty have spoken openly about the challenges of balancing mental health with professional obligations, prompting governing bodies to revisit their policies. While progress has been made, the recurrence of disciplinary issues involving top players suggests that the underlying structural pressures remain unresolved. Fans and experts alike are calling for greater transparency in how disciplinary measures are determined, as well as more dialogue between players and organizers to ensure that policies remain fair, effective, and humane. In the case of Gauff and Sabalenka, many believe that their influence could help spark much-needed reform within the WTA. Both athletes are not only elite competitors but also respected voices who have demonstrated leadership and integrity throughout their careers. If they choose to address the issue publicly, their perspectives could shape future discussions about how best to support athletes while maintaining the integrity of professional tennis. For now, however, both players seem focused on preparing for their upcoming tournaments and letting their performances do the talking. Beyond the immediate consequences, the disciplinary actions against Gauff and Sabalenka have broader implications for the sport's public image. Tennis prides itself on being a global game defined by sportsmanship, respect, and professionalism. The visibility of this incident reinforces the importance of clear communication and mutual respect between players and administrators. It also highlights the growing pains of a sport navigating the complexities of modern media, global expansion, and athlete welfare. As of now, the WTA has not announced whether further sanctions will be applied if similar incidents occur in the future. The organization has, however, reiterated its commitment to ensuring fairness and maintaining open lines of communication with players and their teams. Officials acknowledge that the demands on top athletes have never been greater, but emphasize that accountability remains a cornerstone of the sport's integrity. For Aryna Sabalenka and Coco Gauff, this moment represents both a setback and an opportunity. A setback, because penalties can impact rankings, momentum, and reputation. But also an opportunity to demonstrate resilience, leadership, and professionalism in the face of adversity. Both players have shown time and again that they possess not only the skill to dominate on court but also the maturity to grow from challenges off it. Fans around the world will be watching closely as they return to action, eager to see how they respond and reclaim their focus. Ultimately, the story of Sabalenka and Gauff's latest punishment is about more than rule violations. It's about the ongoing evolution of tennis in an era of constant exposure and expectation. It's a reminder that today's athletes are not just competitors but public figures navigating a web of responsibilities that extend far beyond the baseline. As debates continue over fairness, fatigue, and the future of the tour, one thing remains clear: the resilience and passion of players like Aryna Sabalenka and Coco Gauff will continue to define this generation of tennis. And that's all for now from Trending Update USA. I'm Stefan, and we'll keep you informed as this story continues to develop. Stay tuned for more updates from across the tennis world as we track how two of its brightest stars navigate yet another challenge in their extraordinary journeys.